there, my name is Fiona Adams, and I'm the Director of Client Value Realization at ProcurementIQ. We're the leading provider of actionable, trusted market intelligence created specifically for procurement practitioners and departments. We all know a day as a category manager fills up quickly, so I wanted to talk to you about using ProcurementIQ if you have just 10 minutes in your day to find the information that you need. One of the most critical sections of our reports is the supply chain and vendors chapter, which we often call Supplier IQ. There you'll find everything you might need to know about a category's top suppliers, including data that you'll want on hand when selecting a vendor, and what the supply chain environment looks like in terms of risk. So if an executive asks you about supply chain environment for a category like temporary staffing, well, this is where you'll need to go to get that understanding. Once you're in supply chain and vendors, you can go quickly to the top suppliers here. Or if you're someone that wants to scroll from the top down, you can do that too. You can see we list the top market share suppliers in the report themselves, but you can click into these suppliers to get the data you'll need when considering a vendor to source a product or provide a service. These are so important to click into because there's information here that isn't always easily available online, especially if they're a private company. Bankruptcies, mergers, all the things contribute to supply chain risk, and they're things that you need to consider when contracting with a supplier, which is why you need to look into this section and use our data to analyze the financial health of a vendor. We also outline the competitive landscape and where a supplier ranks compared to their peers based on their core business and additional lines of business. Before we go any further, I wanted to point out that our Supplier IQ module is global. Even if you're in the US or EU view, we include the primary suppliers in that market, regardless of where they operate from. The market share means there will likely be a pool of suppliers providing global products and services, as well as global operating footprints. US reports does not mean US suppliers only. When you're in one of these supplier profiles, you can navigate to operations, where you can see the company's primary market code. Now, that's the primary market they operate within, but this company also offers a variety of different services that you can see below. They support other categories and subcategories, which opens the door when you're negotiating to have a conversation about handling services to achieve cost savings, as well as some of the other areas that they're operating within that'll have an effect on their operations. One of the most helpful parts of this is the cheat sheet. Not everyone can be a financial expert, and if you really want to understand something that you saw within the profile, you can use the cheat sheet to understand what those terms mean and how they apply. And of course, it's really important to use the supplier profiles alongside the actual category report. In the category report, you can look at the SWOT analysis, which is a high-level overview. You'll want to cross-reference the category SWOT analysis with the one in the supplier's profile because they will be different. The reason a supplier will have a different SWOT analysis than the category report is that some suppliers will cover these multiple services and categories, which again will affect their operations and the overall level of risk associated with them. When you look at the SWOT analysis from the category report, it's going to give you that top-down view industry-wide. What are the strengths and weaknesses of the average supplier in this category? What are the themes that are affecting all of them? So the macro SWOT is found in the category reports, and to drill down into the SWOT of a specific supplier, you'll need to find them through the Supply Chain and Vendors tab. Lastly, we get a lot of questions about supplier diversity, and we'll show clients this map that breaks down which geographies the suppliers of a category operates from. And the next question is always, how many of those suppliers are diverse? The good news is, if you're executing your sourcing strategy with US-based suppliers, you can go back to the US view of a report, navigate back to the Supply Chain and Vendors chapter, and you can scroll down to the section that outlines supplier diversity. This will show you whether or not it's favorable to source from a diverse supplier pool in this category. What are your odds of being able to onboard and work with a diverse supplier? That's shown here. So if you only have 10 minutes to research a category, those are the areas that you should look through to get the most out of our supplier data. In part 2, I'll talk about using ProcurementIQ to quickly gain a better understanding of total cost of ownership. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on LinkedIn for more market intelligence insights and ProcurementIQ best practices. Thank you for watching.